Hey everyone, we have some concerning news to report out of Major League Baseball. Former Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Julio Urías has been handed a significant suspension by the league. Commissioner Rob Manfred announced on Friday that Urías has been suspended through the All-Star break for a second violation of MLB's joint domestic violence, sexual assault and child abuse policy. He will be eligible for reinstatement on July 17 and can then sign with any team. This marks a troubling moment as Urías becomes the first player in MLB history to be suspended twice under this specific policy, which was first adopted back in 2015. His initial suspension was for 20 games back in 2019. The latest disciplinary action stems from an incident that occurred on September 3, 2023, outside of BMO Stadium in Los Angeles. Following an investigation, Urías ultimately pleaded no contest to one misdemeanor count of domestic battery. Disturbingly, witness video obtained by The Times showed Urías engaging in a physical altercation with his wife, including pulling her and pushing her against a fence, and then appearing to swing at her. The MLB investigation into this incident was thorough, and Commissioner Manfred stated that after a review of all the available evidence, the conclusion was reached that Urías did indeed violate the league's policy, making disciplinary action appropriate. As mentioned, this is Urías' second offense under the policy. He was previously suspended for 20 games in 2019 following an arrest for a domestic incident, although no charges were ultimately filed in that case. It's worth noting that this suspension, while lasting through the All-Star break, doesn't equate to a specific number of games due to the varying schedules of teams before the break. For context, the Dodgers are scheduled to play 95 games before that point. Only a few players suspended under this policy have received longer suspensions, notably Trevor Bauer, another former Dodgers pitcher, whose suspension was initially 324 games before being reduced. Julio Urías, who is currently a free agent, will now have to wait until mid-July before he can potentially resume his MLB career with a new team. He does have the option to sign with a team in the Mexican League in the meantime. This second violation undoubtedly casts a serious cloud over the future of a pitcher who once showed tremendous promise, including recording the final out of the Dodgers' 2020 World Series victory and leading the National League in wins in 2021 and era in 2022. What's up, baseball bargain hunters? Your favorite contract guru is back, and we're diving into a potential mega deal brewing in Toronto. Blue Jays fans have been on the edge of their seats wondering if they'll be able to lock up their superstar slugger, Vladimir Guerrero Jr, for the long haul. And now, team president Mark Shapiro has thrown a massive dose of optimism into the mix. Despite reports that Vlad Jr. turned down a reported $500 million extension, that's $500 million. Folks, Shapiro told reporters that he's confident the team will still get a deal done. He even went as far as saying, "I think we're going to extend him." That's some serious confidence coming from the top. Interestingly, Guerrero Jr. himself echoed that sentiment, saying he also feels optimistic about a deal and wouldn't close the door on returning to the Blue Jays. This is quite a turnaround after he confirmed rejecting the team's previous offer, reportedly seeking something closer to the $600 million range. Looks like there might be some wiggle room after all. Shapiro didn't directly address the rumored $100 million gap, but he did suggest that Guerrero Jr. might need to test the free agent waters to truly understand his market value. Shapiro believes the sweet spot is finding a balance of shared risk, and sometimes free agency provides the clearest answer. He's still optimistic the Blue Jays will come out on top, but letting a player of Guerrero Jr.'s caliber reach free agency is a risky game. You're opening the door for 29 other teams to start throwing their hats, and their massive checkbooks, into the ring. At just 26 years old, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is poised to command a superstar contract if he hits the open market. His career stats since 2019 are nothing short of phenomenal, with a .288 batting average, a .363 on-base percentage, a .500 slugging percentage, and 160 home runs. He's a four-time All-Star and nearly won an MVP award in 2021. While he might not reach the Ohtani or Soto stratosphere in terms of overall value, he's still a rare talent with his combination of youth and elite offensive production. The Blue Jays know the risks of letting Guerrero Jr. reach free agency. If Shapiro's confidence is genuine, they'll need to find a way to bridge that contract gap before other teams get a chance to make their pitches. It's a high-stakes game of baseball poker, and Blue Jays fans are hoping their team has the winning hand. What do you think? Will the Blue Jays lock up Vlad Jr. long-term? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more MLB news. We'll see you at the ballpark. What's up, Mets fans? Your favorite baseball buzz reporter is back. And today we're talking about something that might have you feeling a little less than amazing: the velocity of your star closer, Edwin Diaz. Reports are surfacing out of Mets camp that Diaz's fastball isn't quite hitting the same speeds it used to. According to MLB.com's Anthony DiComo, relayed by Sis Troy Brock, Diaz has been sitting in the 93 to 95 miles per hour range this spring. Now, for most pitchers, that's still pretty darn good. But for Edwin Diaz, who's known for consistently flirting with triple digits, it's a noticeable drop. Just last year, in 2024, Diaz was averaging around 97 miles per hour on his fastball. And if we rewind even further to 2023, before his injury, he was pumping it in at an average of 99 miles per hour. That's a significant dip, and it's understandably raising some eyebrows in Metsville. This decline in velocity is a bit concerning, especially considering Diaz had some uncharacteristic struggles last season. He blew 4 saves in May alone, and there were other outings where he just didn't look like the dominant closer Mets fans have come to expect. It even led to manager Carlos Mendoza using him in the 8th and 7th innings on occasion. You know things are a little off when your lockdown closer isn't always pitching the 9th. Now, heading into the 2025 season, Diaz's role is going to be crucial, especially with the Mets starting rotation already dealing with some injuries. They're going to need him to be reliable in those late innings if they want to compete in the tough NL East. A diminished fastball could make things a bit trickier for the two-time reliever of the year. He'll need to rely more on his slider and other pitches to get those crucial outs. Of course, it's still just spring training. Maybe Diaz is just pacing himself. Or perhaps he's working on refining his other pitches. But a drop in velocity like this is definitely something to keep an eye on as the season approaches. Mets fans are hoping this is just a minor blip and that Diaz will regain his top form when the games really count. What do you think about Diaz's velocity dip? Are you worried, or do you think he'll be alright? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more MLB news. We'll see you at the next pitch. What's up, Yankees faithful? Your spring training storylines just got a little more interesting. Veteran first baseman and outfielder Dominic Smith has decided to opt out of his contract with the New York Yankees and will once again become a free agent. Talk about a plot twist as we head towards opening day. According to reports, including from SNY's Andy Martino, Smith had a clause in his contract that allowed him to opt out if the Yankees didn't add him to the 40-man roster by the end of Friday. And it looks like that's exactly what happened. Now, here's the head-scratcher. Smith actually had a pretty darn good spring training in pinstripes. He was hitting .297 with 3 home runs and 12 RBIs over 37 at-bats. That's the kind of production that usually gets you a ticket to the big leagues. Yankees manager Aaron Boone even acknowledged Smith's strong performance, saying he has done everything he has needed to do, and is clearly a big league player. So, why would Smith walk away from a team where he was performing well? Well, the article suggests it might come down to roster space. The Yankees are expected to have a lot of left-handed bats making the team out of spring training. And there might not have been room for Smith on the 40-man roster at this time. Smith is no stranger to the big leagues. He played 93 games in the 2024 season, spending most of his time with the Boston Red Sox and a brief stint with the Cincinnati Reds. His overall slash line last year was .233, .313, .378 with 6 homers. Yankees fans might remember Smith from his time with the rival New York Mets, who drafted him in the first round back in 2013. He spent 6 seasons in Queens, hitting 46 home runs. He then played for the Washington Nationals in 2023 before joining the Red Sox and Reds in 2024. The article also hints at a potential beneficiary of Smith's departure, former top prospect Oswald Peraza, who reportedly has no minor league options left and now appears likely to make the opening day roster. It's a bit of a surprising move for Dominic Smith, especially after a productive spring. It looks like he's betting on himself to find a better opportunity elsewhere where he's guaranteed a spot on the major league roster. What do you think about Smith's decision? Was it the right move for him? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more MLB news as we gear up for the season. We'll see you at the ballpark. What's up, Yankees universe? Remember how we talked about Dominic Smith opting out of his Yankees contract? Well, now we're getting a clearer picture of why he might have made that decision. And it looks like a young slugger named Ben Rice might be the reason. Let's dive into the Bronx Bombers roster drama. We already knew Smith had a solid spring training, but it seems the emergence of Ben Rice has really shaken things up in the Yankees' plans for the designated hitter spot. Rice has been absolutely crushing the ball in camp, and his impressive swings, coupled with the fact that he's also a left-handed hitter like Smith, might have made Smith a bit redundant on the roster. The article points out that with Smith gone, it potentially opens the door for another non-roster invitee like Pablo Reyes to make the team. Reyes is a right-handed hitter who has historically hit better against left-handed pitching, which could be valuable for the Yankees. Plus, he's a versatile defender who can play all over the infield and even some outfield. Talk about a valuable Swiss Army knife. While Smith's opt-out doesn't automatically mean he's being released by the Yankees if they wanted to keep him on the 40-man. Given his strong spring, it would be surprising if he didn't find a job with another team that has a clearer path to playing time at DH or first base. The bottom line seems to be that Ben Rice's performance simply couldn't be ignored. With 3 home runs and a solid offensive rating in spring training, he's made a strong case to be the Yankees' primary DH. Especially considering the team might have felt they had too many left-handed options for that role without Giancarlo Stanton. So, it looks like Dominic Smith's decision to opt out might be a direct result of the Yankees leaning towards giving the young gun Ben Rice a shot at the DH job. It's a tough break for Smith, but exciting news for Yankees fans eager to see what Rice can do at the major league level. What do you think about this potential shift in the Yankees' plans? Are you excited about Ben Rice getting a shot? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest Yankees news as we count down to opening day. We'll see you at Yankee Stadium. What's up, Yankees fanatics? Prepare yourselves for some potentially head-scratching lineup decisions coming out of the Bronx. Reports are swirling that manager Aaron Boone might be cooking up one of the most unconventional leadoff strategies we've seen in a while. Get this. The Yankees are considering leading off with their catcher, Austin Wells, against right-handed pitching. Yes, you heard that right. According to baseball insider Jack Curry, this is a new development from spring training. And get this, the Yankees have never led off a catcher in a single regular season game in their entire franchise history. Talk about breaking the mold. But wait, there's more. The weirdness doesn't stop there. Curry also reports that the Yankees are considering leading off with veteran slugger Paul Goldschmidt, whom they signed this winter. When they face left-handed pitching, Goldschmidt has never led off a single game in his entire big league career. What in the name of Babe Ruth is going on? So, why the sudden urge to go all wacky with the leadoff spot? Well, apparently, Austin Wells has been raking in the leadoff position during spring training, smashing 3 home runs in just 13 games. The Yankees love his low chase rate, high walk rate, and his knack for power. And they want that right at the top of the order in front of Aaron Judge. The thinking is that pitchers might be more inclined to throw strikes to Wells to avoid putting a runner on base before facing the 2-time MVP. As for Goldschmidt leading off against lefties, it comes down to his strong numbers against southpaws throughout his career. The Yankees know they need to improve their offense against left-handed pitching, and Goldschmidt has a solid on-base percentage and power numbers in those matchups. While some might value speed at the top of the lineup, the Yankees seem to be prioritizing on-base percentage and power right before their big bopper, Aaron Judge. It's certainly an unconventional approach, and it'll be fascinating to see if Boone actually goes through with it when the regular season kicks off. What do you think of this potential leadoff strategy? Is Boone a genius or is he losing his mind? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Yankees news. We'll see you at the ballpark. What's up, Mets maniacs? Get ready for a curveball, or should I say a fastball, in your opening day predictions. The New York Mets have officially named Clay Holmes as their starting pitcher for Game 1 of the season. Now, if you had that on your bingo card, you're doing better than most of us. The Mets signed Holmes in the offseason with the idea of potentially converting him from a career reliever into a starting pitcher. And boy, has that experiment paid off in spring training. By all accounts, Holmes has been nothing short of brilliant in his first attempt at starting since way back in 2018 with the Pirates. His dominance was on full display once again in his final spring tune-up against the Cardinals, where he tossed a stellar 5.1 scoreless innings, allowing just 2 hits and racking up 8 strikeouts. That performance capped off an incredible spring for the 31-year-old righty, who finished with a minuscule 0.93 ERA in Grapefruit League action. He was consistently mowing down hitters and looked every bit like an ace out there. Holmes himself seems thrilled with the opportunity, saying he feels like the plan they had from the beginning was right on track. He was aiming to get to around 90 pitches by the end of spring, and he hit that mark. He's excited to attack the season from day one. Now, this surprising move likely comes as a result of some unfortunate injuries in the Mets pitching staff. Sean Manaea got banged up early in spring training, and Kodai Senga is still working his way back from an injury-plagued season. Holmes' stellar performance made what could have been a tough decision for manager Carlos Mendoza a little easier, essentially forcing his hand to give Holmes the opening day nod. Interestingly, Holmes admitted that becoming a starter wasn't necessarily something he was actively pursuing. It kind of just happened organically. But he's embracing the challenge and is as eager as he's ever been to keep improving. He even joked about the difference between pitching 5+ innings compared to his usual 1 or 2. Saying 6 ups feels like you're pitching forever out there. So, Mets fans, it looks like you'll be seeing a new face leading your team out on opening day. Clay Holmes' transition from reliever to starter has been a spring training success story. And now he gets the chance to kick off the season for the Amazons. What are your thoughts on this surprising decision? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more MLB news. We'll see you at first pitch.